Hey, family. Welcome to What the Fizz Nuck, where we talk about all kinds of things, everything under the sun. We might talk about it, we might argue about it, we might fuss. But
I hope we argue about it.
at the end of the day, we go walk away still in love. So you got Mr. Critical over there,
What's up,
and
family?
I'm Dr. T. And how you feeling today, babe?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel like raising hell today.
Which you do oh so well. I think I'm a little bit tired, but it's always fun to debate with you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I've been trying to get you to admit to. That's all for years now. That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you. Okay.
So what are we gonna debate about?
Well, I think that the education system is really letting us down. I think there's a lot of criticism that I can come up with about the education system. But I think a good topic today would be let's talk about HBCUs, historically black college university. Unfortunately, that's what it should be.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, yeah,
They gonna
yeah.
come for you. Oh, they gonna come for you. Okay, what about HBCUs? Because I personally love, although I did not graduate from an HBCU, I encourage people to attend HBCU. So what's your problem?
Well, my problem is numerous, and you all family bear with me because I'm finna use new words I ain't never used before.
Making
So
up stuff.
my problem with HBCUs is I don't think that they prepare the black student to interact with other cultures. I don't think that it gives you access to seeing how other cultures in your study will interact with each other. I think it's a very tunnel vision structured teaching that doesn't give the black student let me cut through the chase. We've been growing up around each other all our lives. We've been around each other all our lives. Family reunions, parties, clubs, picnics, all types of gatherings. And we have been around each other all our lives. So I think HBCUs kind of prevent you from being exposed to other cultures and other types of cultures' behavior because I think that HBCUs are very not favored in the professional realm. I think there's always exceptions, but just generally, I just think that HBCUs really hindered progress of becoming familiar with other races.
Well, I believe what I missed out by not attending an HBCU is understanding the world from the Black point of view. Because, mind you, while we might have grown up around one another and done all the things with one another, we've been immersed in a non Black world. So we know the non Black perspective of things. I think what is amazing about HBCUs and what I've experienced in having friends that have graduated from HBCUs is there's a different type of self love and self understanding that one learns, appreciates, and embodies when they attend an HBCU. So I love the fact that students have the opportunity to experience HBCUs. And also, side note, we don't say picnic anymore. And these HBCUs are prestigious. You're not
They only
when you come out of it.
prestigious that they only prestigious amongst other black intellectuals.
That's not true because think the professional world understands that you're getting a good education from an HBCU. So when you put that on your resume, there's no, now I won't say there's no, because we know there's discrimination and racism when we look at names, when we look at zip codes, when we look at, even where someone went to college, we know people can create prejudices. But I don't think there's anything in general frowned upon from a student who attends an HBCU.
Well, I think that's a lot of wishful thoughts and opinions. But for example, the reason why HBCUs CUs will be frowned upon because a lot of those colleges, I believe, is not really as prestigious when it comes to the professional, the politician, the governmental realm, CEO realms, top 500 performing companies. Yes, is there black HBC students, graduates working in those positions? Yeah, but not not on a scale that is promoted to get black students to come to their colleges. I think that the black colleges is nothing but a money scam, taking advantage of the vulnerable, the desire, the determination, the determinedness of a young black man wanting to better himself. And they get these sweet offers to get you in there, lowering the standards. They also triple charge you for the education that you can get the same from, say, a trade school, maybe. But I think that
Well,
the
that's any college.
system, huh?
That's any college that you're gonna pay a healthy price. That's any college. That's not HBCUs
Well, I think the
alone.
HBCUs is following in the same path as white colleges, predominantly white colleges. At the end of the day, I think that these black colleges are selling students degrees in fields that is not employable. That's not going to be open for the numerous of students that's getting, for example, let's just take for granted, for sake of argument, graphic designs. Once you get your degree in graphic designs, I don't think that black students understand, first of all, how limited that field is. Not only that, the annually pay from that degree in that field, if you're fortunate enough to get into it, it's not going to pay off the debt that you accumulated over 4 years. So again, these HBCU recruiters is focusing on the unknowledgeable student coming out of high school without no desire or no understanding what the industry that they're getting the degrees in is actually paying annually, and the opportunity of getting hired from an HBCU is really
I mean,
diminished.
HBCUs are operating like every other university, but I feel like what you're saying is the HBCUs are not pushing students into industries in demand.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah,
it feels like they're taking advantage of students knowing that there's not going to be jobs in either, and if there are jobs, that's not going to pay what
exactly,
can cover their tuition. I mean,
exactly.
there could be, I would say colleges in general operate like that. I would like to see students take more ownership. Is too much information out here to not be able to research industries in demand. So I would like students to take some ownership in what should they be studying. Sometimes it can't be your heart desire, what your heart desires, because that's not what's in demand. But if I don't have the data on, what the highest gosh, my brain, what the highest degrees are at these HBCUs. Like, I don't know if it's social work
Oh,
or is it
I, I
math.
got it. I got it. If I don't know nothing else, I know percentages and numbers.
Don't,
So, what is
no.
the question? You don't have the question to what is the percentage of what?
What is the highest degrees sought after in HBCUs
The highest degrees that should be or now being sought
that
after.
are being sought after?
Right at your ax. And what I'm finna name, the degrees that I'm finna name you all is no degrading. I'm not even just gonna be critical about this family because it's really passionate and it's a problem that I see and it really affects me because a lot of us as parents, we're not really aware of what these fields are that's paying. And we're just so blessed to break that cycle and create a new generation of mindsets by attending colleges. So we as parents, we encourage and support, and we let the child make the decision on what degree they should get. And that's where we're making a mistake from because lack of knowledge makes us very, very vulnerable. So
What is the highest percentage?
I'm finna give it to you. I have to lay out the foundation for the family members. Everybody's not in tune
Vo-
like you are to
you
me.
you love your voice.
Listen, I'm finna get ready to give it to your family. These are the degrees that are mostly advertised to black students in our high schools around the nation. Human resource. Once I name them, then I'm gonna tell you the annual income in them, and then I'm gonna tell you the hiring percentage for those positions, and then it's gonna be sad. So this the critical part of Mr. Critical. So you got HR, business management, advertising, marketing, and really those are the basic five. that every black student, black young woman has today. Those degrees. And when you look at, okay, four, and when you look at those degrees, you'll see where they're at today. Statistically speaking, just in the 2024 census, not the black census, just the general census, and this is including white people too. People that's graduating with management degrees, they're working right now in Home Depot, Walmart, Walgreens, Jewels, Costco's as what you call them people that put shit on the shelf?
Fuckers.
Stalkers. Hey, unfortunately, I don't make up the percentages. I just give the news.
Baby,
And this is what I'm upset with. It's a bullshit scheme to get thousands upon thousands of young black young women and men. Thousands of them with these useless ass degrees that is not enough of demand for even for a third of them. A third out of 100 is like about 20.
what the percentages are, but this is just my opinion. Yes, I would hate I would hate for that to be the case, that HBCUs are not addressing the demand and not
They misinforming the students of the demand and not they misinforming that there's thousands of positions and it's not. That's just taking advantage of our culture, baby.
taking advantage of our culture,
Eh,
but
let me share this little information that just popped in my mind. 1985, 87. It might have been in the early 90s, you all. Out in California, Berkeley, them motherfuckers had the audacity to come up with a scheme and addressing exactly what I said. HR, business,
business
graphic
management,
design,
marketing.
marketing, those dead end positions. What California State did, Berkeley, and they got sued and they paid for that too. They came up with a campaign to attract high schoolers out of the poor areas of California, all around the state of California. They came up with a scheme. They targeted the black high schools specifically, got them enrolled in college. I'm talking about by the thousands, you all, and they sold them on degrees. Not only did they sell them, they gave offered bullshit degrees because who's gonna pick and choose when it's so easy to get in college? So they sold them on bullshit degrees, knowing that in the state of California, that the demand for these jobs was very low percentage. At best, let's for example, you got 100,000 and there's only 1,000 positions in that state nationally that can hire those kids. So now you got almost 98% of students going to college, getting degrees, and can't get a job in their state. How many young college students coming out of college graduates can move out of state and afford to try to look for a job, move out of state, get an apartment, got car bills, got insurance, gotta have gas, and you don't have a job, and you scooping and you looking and you hoping and you praying for a job. So they sold them on the bullshit. Now the killing part about what they did was they charged those students over 80 to 100 some $1,000 for those fucking degrees, knowing that the fucking jobs in with those degrees is only paying at best 42,000. And that's the average pay for the black man
Okay,
nationally in
okay,
2025.
okay,
So it
okay.
was so if the white colleges can do it, and remember what this conversation we had once before, you say all black colleges are controlled by who? Whites.
I mean, in the reading that I did in the past, they were started with white funds. I don't know now where that stands, but
Probably
there were
higher,
white dollars backing HBCUs.
much higher. And you all know if you take somebody's money, you're subject to what? Requirements.
Well, okay. That is sad. That is sad. And so here's what I would say to the family listening. The colleges that prey on young people have crossed the line. But
Yes,
what
they
I would
have.
encourage individuals to do, so I utilize just for myself a website called ONET. Not to be all, this is not a paid
Thank you. I
endorsement,
just finna clarify that we ain't getting paid about it, y'all.
but I really do believe in getting the information you need to be successful. So ONET is like the occupational handbook online. There is nothing stopping you from learning what are the degrees or what are the industries in demand? What are the jobs in demand? So the jobs in demand, what degrees do you need to meet those jobs in demand, and what kind of income can you expect, high, medium, and low, and in what area of the country can you expect to earn? So I encourage, if you don't know and you haven't and you don't know where to start, to figure out, well, what should I go into college and study or obtain my degree in? Do the research. ONET is a one-stop shop. That's what I can give you. I hate to hear that. I mean, yeah, colleges are a business at the end of the day. I would hope that they are a business though, to ensure that they can place their graduates, because that's something that people look at is what's the placement rate. So if I'm researching a school, I want to know, but I guess the placement rate doesn't necessarily have to mean it's placement in their industry, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's placement with a livable wage. But anyway, that's other information that you can study before you choose a university.
Okay, well, that's good information, Dr. T. And by the way, you all could take this literally. Dr. T really does have a doctorate in education. She really is smart. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Eh.
I'm not critical today at this moment because I don't know what the hell she talking about.
But I mean, you had your little you had your little statistics or whatever, but
Hey,
you know,
hey,
I know a
I
little
just
bit of a little bit.
Hey, I just wanted to criticize them goddamn colleges, y'all, because I think they taking money out the pockets of black people and taking advantage of us. That's all I wanted to point out. That's all.
And if that is the case, I hate that. But I do appreciate the identity that students can walk out of, that they learn in those years at an HBCU. I just love knowing, feeling like you know who you are, and feeling like you come out with a different idea of self-worth and a different understanding of the systems and how they impact our black lives. So I mean, I appreciate them for that.
Well, you all look here. Won't you all just follow, like, comment, and subscribe? And we really enjoy you all for following and listening to us. Dr. T, what you got to say to take us on out of here?
I mean, as always, it's opinion based, whether I have a degree or not a degree. I don't know everything about everything. So,
I'm the
I
only
just
one that
like to
know
get on
everything
here.
about everything, y'all. I'm not.
Oh,
Excuse me. I'm the only one. I'm Mr. Critical. Mr. Critical ain't never gonna lie or mislead you all. I'm sorry, but
he
I know everything.
he
I do.
he might not do it. He might not lie or mislead on purpose, but trust me, he ain't got all the information all the time. But what's funny is this is almost like therapy. I think I said in another video. It's almost like therapy because in real life, we'll start to get into it and I'll be like, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it. Save it for the save it for the camera because
Thanks for the show.
we I just shut it down. I ain't want to talk about it. So when we get on this camera, that's when we get to get it all out.
All
So
out, you all.
it
So
can make
look,
sense. It might not make sense,
might
but
not.
we get to get it all out. And
But
so
one
don't
thing
take
that
it
we do
personal.
agree on, thank you. We always agree on that at the end of the day, you all. We don't take it personal. When we get through getting in our little heated debates and arguments and agreement and disagreement, which we very seldom fucking agree, but when we do, excuse me, it's a big celebration. So, hey,
It
subscribe,
is.
like, comment, and follow. Thank you.